welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and tonight with me is the lovely Raine S Love. How are you, darlings?
I'm awesome. Did you ask for playing and see me over here just dancing and getting jiggity with the music?
Oh, I know. Don't you just love our intro? I'm telling you. That one, we've had that one for what, about a year now? Because we've gone through progressions over the decade with different intros.
Yes, we have.
And I was actually cleaning the files out earlier today, and I found back when we used to use other ones, and I'm like, oh my God, why did we use that? And I was like, oh, it used to be so fun back then. But gosh, that's what happens when you've been on we've now been on air for over a decade now, and now we're expanding.
It's been a bit. It's kind of like, if you think about music, not that I don't like some of the oldies, but if you think about music, it's kind of like going back to, flare pants or padded shoulders, or, some of those.
Can we leave the padded shoulders out? Because I always had to rip them out.
Me too.
Otherwise, I look like a football player getting ready to take somebody on.
I just didn't like them. Well, welcome, everyone. You can tell we're a little energized here tonight. We've got our coffee, and we're jammed up.
Exactly, and we're having a great time. And, we're getting ready for the 4th of July. And normally this is really a great time of celebration. However, this year, we're having to deploy extra security forces, of course, because, Izza is always trying to ruin the party. I swear they sound like an ex-girlfriend to me. But, the past 2 days, there's been attacks at 2 other international airports outside of the U.S., killing more than 50 people. So the U.S. is stepping up their security protocols. Finally.
Yeah.
Note my word of distaste there.
We need to do it for right now because, right now, this is a time of, there's certain religious celebrations that they're involved in, and their belief system is to, go after those who are different than them. And so we do need to have the extra security right now. We do need to be more cautious. And, I remember even going through this even the last couple of years. I think we're more heightened about it right now because of the incident yesterday. But we do need to be more careful. And, I do think it does make us all a little bit more fearful. We need to be more watchful. I will tell you, I do believe that Turkey did a really good job of trying to, get things back on track. I know it's a necessity for them because of finances. They're also used to having, in more recent times, a lot more attacks. And, just a time of uncertainty when it comes to our safety and not really exactly sure what it is that we're dealing with here. So, we still want to go out and celebrate. It's not going to keep me from celebrating. Granted, I'm not big on going into huge crowds in the first place. I think it has to do with I myself and a lot of intuitives that I know are the same way. Well, we just don't like being in big crowds. We're picking up too much energy.
That's why I am headed to the river. Down to the river. We'll shoot some fireworks, do a little cooking out, enjoying my time away from the big crowds, and actually enjoying nature and feeling that independence of being me. And, I'm going to say this, and probably I will get hate mail for it. If so, don't waste your time. I don't even read it. My assistant gets it and laughs at it and then deletes it. But we should have had this security to begin with. Why are we stepping it up now? Why didn't we step it up? Oh, I don't know. 79, 82. I mean, how many more attacks do we have to go through until we realize, oh, goodness, we have a weakness at our airports. Gee, maybe we want to fix that.
I've really thought about that over the years. And if you go back, it's a reflection of how we as Americans, we've always felt safe. We've never really felt threatened. I think it's taken a long time, for us. And I don't mean that disrespectful at all, because I know that we've been through so many things with that 9/11 and different attacks that have gone on throughout the years, and as it intensifies here recently. I don't think our mindset was really set for that idea that people would come in and attack us. Wasn't something that we were used to. So I think it's taken some time for people to really, and it's sad that we have to go there, but we have to go there. A lot of countries have been having to deal with this for a long time, and even more so, like Europe. I don't think Europe has had to deal. It's only been in recent years that they're having to deal with it more.
But they already have the security.
Yeah. Well, they were more exposed. We're over here on our own little island, so to speak. We've always been over here. And so we really haven't had that mindset. So I think it's taken us some time to adjust. Do I agree that we should have been doing this a long time ago? Absolutely.
I think that we were under the impression, that we're this big superpower when, no, we're like every other country. We have our own little problems. We have our own little issues. First it was Libyan terrorists, and then it was, this group, that group.
Now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've always had that since probably the late 60s. Well, no, when we decided to go over and start becoming the world police. And now the world's, becoming more pragmatic to us. But, I'm just sitting here and I'm watching all this go on. And I keep thinking back to, I think it was, and we talked about this last week too, when Reagan said we don't deal with terrorists. Then that's when we should have said, oh, we don't deal with them, but we're going to correct them. And we're going to take care of us. And I'm like, what have we been doing? What did we do for 20 years? We said, oh, we don't deal with terrorists, and then we twiddle our thumbs.
No, you were talking about back in the day, because I think I saw this, of course, I do have some memory back then. I know it's going on me a little bit these days. But you were talking about when, they had to go in and they had to fight because we were attacked.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When they had that, oh goodness, there's been movies made about this and everything else. They hijacked, thank God for the power of Google, Trans World Airline 487. And that was when Ronald Reagan made that statement to the Libyan officials on June 30th. Hello, we're like a day before that. This also expresses why we are a little more hypervigilant, because our current isles like to take these dates and use them against us. They'll plan attacks around the same dates because they, even though they will deny it, and the religion is very much based in it, uses astrology in their war fighting.
Yeah. But, also, part of their mindset is to destroy those things that are precious to us, whoever else sees. It doesn't really matter, what religion we are or the country we are, but things that are sacred to us, to try to put a mark on it. And that's why we do need to be diligent, especially on the 4th. Okay?
Right.
But, as we've been finding out, it kind of really doesn't necessarily matter what day it is anymore. But they do like to take those specific holidays.
Right. So, keep an eye out for backpacks. If you see Aeson with a backpack, don't worry. It's just a laptop and a phone and business cards and tarot cards, because God knows I do readings on every little surface of the world.
Although I'm trying to figure out how you're going to get internet out there on that mountain.
Oh, honey, I've got mobile service out there. I pay Verizon a very pretty penny to make sure to provide me internet service anywhere I go. And if they don't supply
it,
I agree.
I have Verizon too, and I remember many years ago on a holiday weekend, going out in the middle of the woods, sitting out by a lake, and just doing readings. And it was absolutely wonderful. The energy was wonderful. And I wouldn't have thought I could get internet out there, but by God, I did.
Well, I've had their service, and, with our job, luckily, we can live anywhere in the world and work anywhere in the world. But we may want to make sure we keep our currency in our own currency. There was a lot of news reports about the exit of Britain from the EU and the fallout from it. A lot of expats woke up 10 to 20% poorer than they were the night before.
Right. Well, and I think this is a good example. And right now they've got a lot of things to work out. First of all, okay, nothing is for certain right now, and there's bound to be some drops like we saw, with the stocks, obviously. During this time period because of uncertainty. Nobody really knows.
Right.
I think, wait and see. There's still things to be discussed. There's still things to be worked out, If you feel like it's going to affect you, article I was reading today, somebody said, I have sold my stuff and I'm gone, okay? If that works for you, that works for you.
Well, here's the thing, though. A lot of banks are based in London. And they are now looking to move also into other European countries. And that means they're going to move their employees with them. Because, the mayor of Paris is really lobbying right now for Chase to move there and giving them all kinds of deals. So, Britain, there's going to be a lot of regret over this. But the question that flicks back to me is, what are we to take away from this? How can we learn from this? Because mistakes happen, different things happen when it comes to voting and choosing things. And then we, as a country, since we are no longer just a country, sitting out in the middle of our island, we are a global economy. It's going to change up a lot of things. In general, for everybody, I think we're going to start dealing with a lot more European countries. I think we have a large following of listeners who don't live here. We're a global station, and there's a lot of them that will be moving from where they're at into other countries because their company is going to move them.
Absolutely.
Because they need to be able to do business in these other countries. And now, where they could have a central location in a major city and still operate freely within the EU, if they leave the EU, with the country leaving the EU, it's going to create financial tides. So, we, us Americans are going, yeah, but it's Britain. What does that matter? Well, Britain buys a lot of stuff from the Americans.
Yes, they do.
So that's going to affect our economy, too.
Yes, they do. Well, there's definitely going to be some changes here, okay? I don't think any of us really knows all the specifics. Some of this stuff will happen. Some of it may not happen, okay? First thing they've got to do, though, is they've got to go to the EU and start, having discussions on how things are going to happen.
Right. Because they were one of the founding members of it.
Yeah. And so, we have to respect their right to choose any more than, we'd like to think that anybody else would with our right to choose.
Right.
Well, if you think about it, we did it with Britain how many years ago?
A very, very long time ago. But, but here's the thing, though. We, at that time, didn't need that governmental structure. But now we need their money.
Right.
So, you're going to see maybe some jumps in prices of things you don't think about. You may even see jumps in, natural gas. Why? Because we sell a lot of natural gas to Britain. We sell a lot of oil to Britain.
Right.
We get a lot of our financial services out of Britain. We get because they went from a manufacturing community, country, just after the world to being a service providing country.
Right.
So, a lot of our, that's why computers are automatically set to GM time, is because a lot of the base internet activities is out of Britain. But I would suggest that if anybody has EU money and EU stocks or British stocks and British money, that they transfer it to their natural country, because here's an example. In some of the articles I read, people woke up and their student loans would maybe be 600 euros. Well, they're now 1,000 euros. That's a drastic price increase. And they are having to transfer it to the American dollar and then transfer it to and then pay it. So they're not, it's going to cost them a lot more. Mine and your services, because we both have British clients and international clientele, I'm sure our prices went up drastically within 24 hours. And it had nothing to do with us raising our prices. It had to do with the transfer of currency from one price to another. So, you got to be watchful of that. And, I'm keeping that in mind when dealing with my clients and my international clients. So, that's just two examples. Amazon, it's going to take a hit because people aren't going to be able to afford to order off of it. And, there's a lot of international ordering on Amazon and eBay and PayPal, which are all American-based companies.
Absolutely.
And this is just one example of how we are no longer, and it drives me crazy when people say, we're our national economy. It's not the national economy that really majorly affects anything. What majorly affects anything is the global economy. Because once it takes a hit, everybody takes a hit.
Yeah, and, we can see examples of that even before this happened, with some of the, financial, economic situations that have been going on, around the world.
One that pops back into my head as often is when the volcanoes, and you remember this because we had to go off air for about 2 weeks because of it. The volcano erupted in Britain. No, it erupted in Iceland. It was affecting all European travel because the planes couldn't fly. And literally the stocks dropped, and that's the same time that our property market went down. And a lot of it was because we could not move supplies, we couldn't move merchandise internationally anywhere towards Europe, which means it couldn't go on to other countries because London is an international airport, and it's also a major supplier.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to watch how they deal with this. A lot of leaders are now resigning because of this.
Oh, gosh, last I heard, and I didn't even hear anything today, it was like 36.
Yeah, have resigned. They were told and advertised, the ones that were for leaving, that the money would go into the national funds to take care of the health care. Well, gee, that turned out to be a lie. Because that money's suddenly not there where somebody went in and got it. I hope the Brits, walk in there and kind of handle matters. So, let's talk
get a little messy for a while.
It is, yeah, honey. There's teas and crumpets. I'm sure Queen Elizabeth is ready to spit nails.
But we have something else to talk about that's so much more positive, don't we?
Oh, yes. Relationships go through seasons. And, we get it. I get it a lot of times. I've been seeing this guy for 3 months, and he's a total jerk. Well, he wasn't 2 months ago. Or I'm in love with him, but I'm not. I love him, but I'm not in love with him. What we're talking about tonight is after the honeymoon is over, and you then have to wake up and go, oh, I married you, or I'm in a relationship with you, and you're different than you used to be, and I don't feel fine. I don't feel the physical attraction anymore. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of created that. So now you got to get back in there and start that fire again. So
Yeah,
some
and
tips
it's
and
really
tricks for
interesting
doing that.
because, and I think that a lot of us, when we first go into relationships, let's face it, you got that energy, that fire, that heat going on there. And it is like so wonderful that you cannot even imagine it disappearing. There is to some degree a natural process as you move into a relationship and it moves forward to where that does change because the dynamics of the relationship changes. But you also have to take special precautions here, and I was thinking about this earlier when we had decided this topic. Quite often, you'll talk to someone and they'll say, "Oh, well, he doesn't do this for me, or she doesn't do this for me, or this for me, or this for me, this for me." We need to go in with a different attitude. We need to go in with an attitude, and this needs to be consistent. We need to go in with the attitude of, "I love this person, and I'm willing to do this." And that person needs to go in with that same attitude. Is what can I bring to this relationship in this person? Too many of us have got caught up in the I.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Both people have a responsibility to keep that spark there. Well, yeah, you can't be going and dressing up in, hot little, nighties every night or, whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, it'd be kind of cool, but, we get tired sometimes. There needs to be some things that we do to help keep a relationship alive, to even help us go through those difficult times. And it needs to be a conscious effort and agreement from both parties. It needs to be that important from both parties because there are going to be times where, you're going through something. Say one of you goes through an illness or one of you is going through unemployment, whatever it is, one of you parents dies, okay, where there are going to be difficult times that you have to ride through. So that conscious effort and commitment on both parties because they want to, because you definitely want the other person you're with to want to, to have some guidelines that you come together and that relationship is the most important relationship because that relationship keeps the glue together even for other people who are part of the family, whether it's children, whether it's relatives, that's the glue. And so that has to be priority. Aeson, do you have some suggestions? I have a couple, but I know I'm talking a lot, so I
got
want to
a
give you a
few.
chance.
Well, relationships go through changes, and you got to understand relationships happen.
Yeah.
Some of mine are going to sound a little interesting. One, schedule relationship time, whether it is the Mambo, date night, whatever. You need to schedule it. And, sometimes people go through financial struggles and they're working 2 and 3 jobs and going to school and, being a mom and being a dad. And they got to remember they're a partner, too. And with being a partner, they have to stick in there. They have to remember, that's a job, too. That's a role in your life. Get you a hot red pen and plan it into your planner, date night, And, if you're the one carrying all the load, then do some switching off. Like, if you get the kids to bed by 9 and I get the kitchen cleaned up by 8:30, I'll meet you in the den and we can have white wine and popcorn and a movie.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. And
remember
you're talking. Go ahead.
Remember the simple things, i.e., thanking your partner that's putting in the majority of the work, to support you, support the house. Thank them for what they're doing. You'll be surprised how often the words "thank you" and "I appreciate you, sexy thing" will change a situation and change the people in the situation because they feel appreciated. So they're going to go and do more.
Exactly. There's a couple things that you bring up here I'd like to add to. First of all, when it comes to showing appreciation, quite often, so many times we get caught up in, you know, they did not vacuum right, or they did not fold the sheets right, or they left the dishes dirty. Okay, we got to get outside of perfection. Okay, if you show them, you know, I really thank you for taking the time to do the dishes tonight. I was just so tired. You were so awesome for doing that, even if they didn't do a good job. Because I'm going to tell you what, when we show people that we appreciate them, they start doing a better job because they want to hear, I'm important to you, and that you appreciate them. Okay, being appreciated, you're going to do twice the job, even if you didn't get the dishes completely clean. I can guarantee you're talking to somebody like that, and I'm not talking about every single night. You got to go, hey, just once in a while make sure you're telling them, hey, I really appreciate you. Now, here's another thing. Quite often, you know, especially when we have young children or teenagers, you know, everybody's working, they're trying to take care of their family, and women are really, really guilty of this, you know, because, you know, a lot of times we're taking care of the babies, we're working a job, we're cooking, we're cleaning, whatever, and we're like, I don't have time to have intimacy, you know, with my husband or partner. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. You know, there are some real easy ways to get that date night, so to speak, even with you when you're broke. Draw a bubble bath, put some candlelight in there, shave each other's legs. You know, that's a pretty good time to communicate and even get a little romance in and get your legs shaved, by the way. You know, so, you know, being inventive. You know, I know people who have sat out on their patio with a little blanket and some cheese and crackers and a glass of wine. There's a lot of creative ways you can do it, and it doesn't have to cost you anything, but it's about our time together. That's so valuable.
Right. And another thing is to don't forget the petting, the touching that you guys first done when you were in a relationship. Suddenly, apparently, when people come around, i.e. little children, or parents or whatever, they suddenly, you know, the relationship stops doing that petting, and it's like, hey, you ain't pinched her butt in a month. She probably thinks you don't like it, you know, or walking up behind them and rubbing their shoulders while they're busy working, or, you know, leaving little notes in their lunchbox. I mean, you've got to work at a relationship.
Really valuable. Touch is really valuable. Even just, you know, as you walk by somebody, squeeze their shoulder, you know. Just as you walk by somebody, just take your hand and rub it across their back. We have a rule in our house that no matter what, when you leave, you always say, I love you. Now, I know that this is a family thing that we do. It's become a habit for us. You know, we just make sure that we do this every day. But to do that, you know, with, you know, your significant other, it's really important. You know, not only is maybe something happens the last time you see them, but it's also saying, I value you. And we get really stuck in sometimes not saying things like that, especially when there's a lot of stress and it breaks down the communication. Say it anyway.
Sure. Now, this is a really cool thing, and I've actually used this before, especially, you know, because sometimes I have extreme US work hours and whatnot. Journal swapping. You know, if you don't get time to actually sit down and have that conversation, write them a love letter and stick it in their briefcase, or swap the journals out, you know, every week or so, or every other day, so that they can, you know, you two can actually get time to have that bilingual conversation. I've had people that are in bi-coastal relationships and do really well with it because they email each other every day and, you know, share things going on in their life. This is social media. Use it, you know, because, you know, partners sometimes have to go on work trips that are gone for 3 months, or, you know, over-the-road truckers, you know. Those, you know, you have to get inventive. Use the tools you have. Email costs you nothing.
And you know what? That's very important that you bring that up, because, you know, one thing that happens sometimes in relationships, you know, you hear people talk all the time where, oh, they said hello, baby, every single morning when we first met, or they'd always answer the phone when I called them. And now I'm hearing from them once a day, and I have to reach out to them. You know, both partners needing to be conscientious about making sure that, okay, we get busy, we can't talk to you all day long. But, hey, babe, just thinking about you. I'm still at work, but I'm going to try to call you at break time, okay? Whatever. Trying to be conscientious about that communication, whether it's long distance or even locally. You know, Aeson, though, I think we've got to take a break.
Yes, we do, darling. And then we'll be right back, and we'll be taking some of you guys' calls.
Yeah.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for now. We're going to move on and take y'all's calls. We do need this to be one question with your name and birth date, please. Raine, did you come back with me?
I am here and just ready to go.
Awesome. All right. Our first one is 856.
856. Welcome, welcome. Who are we speaking with tonight?
Hi, this is Laura. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi, Laura.
Hi,
How
Laura.
are you, darling?
I'm good. I got an in-person interview tomorrow for a job up north, Jersey, and I wonder if you see me getting that job and moving further north or still maybe staying down here and maybe buying my home down this way still.
You know, I feel like you stay.
You do?
Mhm.
Well, I had talked to the hiring manager the other day, and there's a possibility that I could work a few days from home and work in the office some of the days.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering, do you think I'd get that job, or do you think I'm going to get a different job?
I think you'll get that job, but you have the flexibility so that you don't have to move up there.
Yeah, I really don't want to move up that way. I used to live up north, and I don't want to move again up there.
Right, you weren't happy.
No, I'm not up. I don't like it up there.
Mhm.
No, but I want the job. I just like, ugh.
Mhm.
It's a good job, and the way it came about, it just felt like it was handed to me on a platter from the angels. That's how I felt.
Right, but you know that's why they're going to give you that flexibility.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. Now, next we're on to is 347.
Hi.
Three.
Hi, Aeson.
Hi.
Hi.
Rainey?
I'm here. What's your name and
Okay.
birthday?
It's Tanika.
Tanika?
Tanika?
Hi, Tanika.
Hi.
What's your question?
Okay, my question is, well, this week I stopped working at my job. It didn't work out there. So I wanted to know if that was for the best or not, where you guys see me working after this. It just happened. I guess it just was not working out, and it was something that happened all of a sudden. But I just wanted to see what you guys see for that, and also what's going on with Aris or Nick. I haven't heard from both of them, and it's just like I just feel like I'm so alone right now. Like I'm just like alone in my life, like nobody. And it's summer, and I just have not heard from any of them. So it's like I'm just here, and it's hard.
Mhm. Rainey, what are you getting on the job front?
Tanika. And who are the names you were looking into? I was struggling with hearing you, hon.
She was asking about Nick and
Aris.
Aaron.
Aris. A-R-I-S.
Okay, job front. Okay. Because really, you know, the more energy that what I'm getting here really has to do with them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And basically, what I'm getting here is, and I know that this is feeling like a little bit of moment of silence and nobody really being around right now. Basically, I don't want you to worry about that. Okay, because I do see an uplift in that. Going to be honest, this is somewhere around, I feel like this is around the fifth 5 days, fifth of the month, okay? So that looks to me like you're going to start having some sort of communication coming in there on into probably next week sometime.
From who? Which one, Aris or Nick?
Nick. I feel like it's Nick, okay? But what I'm getting here is you're going to be getting communication from both of them, but one comes in first and then the other one comes in shortly after.
Mm. Okay. Because I haven't heard from Nick in like 2 years. And Aris, I just met him, but he I just haven't heard from him, but we just met last month.
What's his birthday, hon?
His birthday is, I know it's the 10th, and I know he's a Scorpio, and he's born in 1985. I'm not sure if it's November or October. Well, it has to be November. I just know it's the 10th of the month, and he's a Scorpio, and he's born in 85. And his name is Paris. That was like most of the info I could gather before he just not disappeared, but, you know, like we just finally got to know each other.
Did you ever experience like almost a psychic connection energy with Nick?
Oh, my God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's what I'm picking up there with him, because I feel like, you know, he's trying to come in and connect here. You know, I don't think that either one of them are gone, just kind of incognito right now, okay? Where you focus is you focus on not just, okay, I don't want you to just focus on job, but I also want you to focus on you and just doing you, like having fun. Just here in the immediate. Lift yourself up out of that, okay? But, yeah, there's definitely a psychic connection between you and Nick. I have to be honest, there's a stronger psychic connection between you and Nick and then Aaron, okay? Probably because he's part of your soul group there, hon.
Yeah. I know. That's why I can't. I know it's 2 years. I feel crazy for still even talking about him after 2 years. But sometimes I always think, how could he stay away for so long? I feel like I'm the only one still in love because I don't hear from him, and it's been 2 years. But it's
but yet he still connects with you. He still connects with you. He also connects with you in your dreams, and I think you know that. Yeah. Okay. Pay attention to the dreams, because the dreams are going to tell you kind of where he's at right now.
Okay. Last week I had a dream about him, and I woke up feeling like the John Lennon song, Imagine. That is like the best way I could describe it. I woke up so sad, and that song, I felt like I was that song after I dreamt about him that night. I woke up feeling like that kind of sadness of that song. So I'm like, well, what does this mean?
Well, the reason why I bring this up is because I know, even if you're not hearing it from him in the physical, he's still connecting with you on that soul level. You know, the best way to, you know, pay attention to what's going on is to really, you know, do the meditation, stay connected, you know, keep your mind clear, and pay attention to the messages that the dreams are giving, okay? Because you're going to get from there where he's at. Because you know what? Sometimes they have to separate from us for a period of time because they've got stuff to work out. Sometimes we have to work stuff out.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, that hurts, I know.
Oh.
I know that does hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
But connect with him on that level, because that's the level he's allowing right now.
Yeah.
That's what he's allowing right now.
Hey.
Do you have any more questions, my dear?
No, I guess with work, do you see, like, do you have any, like, guidance or see where I'm going to be working next? Any advice on that?
Well, I feel like you probably go to work within about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fast recovery. I think you made the right decision because you didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got close to it.
Yes.
Right now, in the immediate, take care of you.
I will.
Raise that energy up there, hon.
I will. I'm going to go get my hair done tomorrow and try to
that's
see
what
if
you
I
do. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I will try.
Works every time.
I know. That helps, right? No matter how you feel, if you have that done, yeah, make you walk different.
That's right.
All right.
Stay blessed, hon.
Wow.
All right then. Now, guys, we just decided to extend the show another 30 minutes to take some more callers in. So, if you're listening, you may have to refresh the page to hear it, but we are going to go on to the 90 minutes. And our next caller is, I think it's, where'd you go to? There we go. 301, you're on the air.
Hello,
Hi,
301. What's your name and birthday?
My name is Allison, and my birthday is 8/17/87.
Hi, Allison. Welcome.
Hi.
How can we help you, dear?
I have a question about a friend of mine. I haven't heard from him in months. And a couple of days ago, I saw a picture of him and an ex-girlfriend of his on her Facebook page. I just want to kind of know where his head is at, what's going on, and why is he hanging around her, what's going on with them.
What's his name?
His name is Devin.
Okay. Looks to me like he's finishing up chapters, honey. Okay. I don't feel like they're going to be sticking around each other. But he's just there for a time to finish it up, to finish the connection and be done with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at this too. I'm seeing an ending here. Lot of controlling issues in this relationship. I also feel like there's some untruthfulness, some lies and deceit in this relationship. What I will tell you is be expecting, whether, you're looking on Facebook or wherever, to see some things happening. It looks to me like this is probably somewhere around the 2 month, 8 weeks, 2 month time period here. So maybe it can be just some time there for your little old birthday there, hon.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe around your birthday time.
Okay, right.
Maybe a little bit after or somewhere around that time period. Looks to me like it's about 8 weeks to 2 months, so it's coming.
Yeah, I just was, I really wanted to know why the girl posted the picture in the first
to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
She's just trying to get attention. She's trying to make another boy jealous anyhow.
Yeah, because it was kind of like a notification came to my page, like, do I know her? And I'm like,
right.
Why would I get that notification? It kind of seemed like...
Because you guys have so many people in common and you're within the same area. I mean, I get a lot of those notifications all the time, and it's like, I don't know these people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. As far as me and him go, the guy, I mean, I just, like I said, I kind of feel like he's playing games, or I just want to know what's the distance about, because he's always been distant, and if it would ever stop.
I feel like he had a lot of baggage, a lot of issues, a lot of emotional leftovers. So he was kind of separate and pulled back, so that he can get things put together. He can be in a focus. He can be, he was distanced because he was carrying so much with him. And that's why I feel like you guys are going through this now, where he's like going back and closing chapters and ending friendships and seeing that, no, there isn't anything left there. So we're going to get rid of that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't see him as vested in this other situation as you might think. Okay. With her, again, like Aeson said, she's trying to get attention from it. Okay. She's trying to get someone else's attention from it. I do not see complete truthfulness in that relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That can mean various things. Okay. Not being honest with each other, but also not being an honest and authentic relationship. Probably some of that comes from, he's still got some sorting out to do, like Aeson said, with respect to issues from the past, personal things that he's got going on within himself as well.
Yeah, because it's just like he seemed to me like he changed, and he changed for like the worst in the process of like me knowing him over the years. And I don't know if he's gonna ever get better or if he.
I feel like he has to get himself into a position. Okay, he has to get himself into a real comfortable position of him being happy, of him feeling safe, and of him not having these steamer trunks. I mean, my God, he's got stuff left over from when he was dating a girl in middle school. I mean, can you imagine packing that crap around with you all the time?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you ain't going to be so open to adding more in there. And also, that's why you guys weren't having a lot of communication. Okay.
I remember, honey, you just have this wonderful energy where you attract people to yourself, okay? You have that really, really powerful energy there. You're very, very loyal. And you've got a man here who really struggles with his own issues, his own self-esteem. And it's like he just, for the moment, could not be in that place. So you just keep being your wonderful self, okay? Because that attracts him, that attracts everybody. Stuff to work through.
Right. So relax with that. Allow him to come back, but don't be stressing yourself. Okay? Just let it be as it is. Let it kind of grow. And I do feel like he'll be, stepping back towards you. And I believe she got dropped. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I think right here she's back. Honey, did Blog Talk drop you?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they were being mean. Did you hear what we were saying about just letting him be and letting him sort himself out?
Because that was my last little tip that I wanted to add. The night that I saw the picture and everything, I freaked out. I went over to his house. I called him. He hung up on me. So
right.
I'm like, and he sent his grandmother down because he didn't want to come to the door. All of this nonsense.
Right.
So I was wondering if I messed up anything by like trying to, spark some conversation.
I don't feel so.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you messed up anything.
Yeah. This is about him not having his stuff dealt with, okay? Now, don't let him blame you, okay? Here's where I see with you, hon. You go out with your friends. I'm not talking about hitting no clubs or anything like that. What I'm talking about is, okay, go out, have some fun. Let him see you are doing you. And you're not letting this bother you. You're saying, okay, buddy, go out, do your thing. I'll be over here doing my thing, and when you're ready to talk, we'll talk.
Right. And, and I would just let him sort his, like she's saying, let him go be him.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Right, leave him alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just afraid to do that because I didn't want anything to get serious or anything between them. So I was just thinking, like...
It's not serious. It's not serious. It's about as serious as you cleaning out your closet.
Yeah. Here's the thing I want you to pay attention to. Who posted the picture, honey?
I'm sorry?
Who posted the picture?
The girl did, because he doesn't have any social media pages that I know of.
Okay. Well, because one of the first things that I got is this is about her trying to get attention. This is not necessarily because he's out there going, I'm in agreement and I want to do this. I feel like it's a little bit one-sided there.
I mean, with that, I just don't see the point of him, like, hanging around. Did you say it's just a closed chapter? Okay.
Yeah, it's just a closed chapter, honey. That's the point.
That's his way of thinking, I guess. For me, it's just like she's always hanging around. She's been in the picture before I have, and it's like as long as I've been dealing with him, she's always periodically popped back up.
Right.
Yeah.
But, that's because that chapter was still open. This time it's not going to be open, and she's not going to be around.
And don't think that she does not try to make sure she lets everybody know, oh, I'm over here. This is my territory.
Right. Yeah, because that's exactly what it seems like, and I'm like kind of sick of that. Yeah. Like she tries to make it seem like he's hers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because somebody even left a comment on the picture like, "When's the wedding?" And I'm like, "What? Really? When's the wedding?" Okay.
Oh, honey, we got to teach you how to read Facebook.
I know it's not real,
I don't exactly see him ready for marriage.
Yeah. He ain't anywhere near marriage, doesn't even want marriage, would be open to marriage, but he doesn't have the right relationship because he's packing around with steamer trunk. How's he going to fit a wedding in there? It don't work,
Right.
He would be one of the ones if the airlines actually charged for the emotional baggage you carry onto them, he wouldn't be allowed to fly. They'd have to take his own plane. Okay, honey?
Okay, so it's not me, it's him.
No. What you want to do is you take that just lovely little energetic self of yours, and you, as much as you can, I know that might be hard, fake it till you make it, honey. Get out there with your friends, enjoy the sunshine. Let everybody see you're out there enjoying it. Because I see he sees. I see he pays attention. So let him finish up his stuff.
Okay, and when he comes back, let it sit. Let him, let the old be gone. Okay.
So I shouldn't make it easy for him or anything?
No, I wouldn't be making it easy. I would treat it like a totally brand new relationship.
Yeah,
although I might be busy the first time he comes to the door.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been tough because he just disappears and disappears. He's been doing it years.
Well, that's just him trying to clean himself up, honey.
Yeah.
He
doesn't
no, not around.
Yeah. Right. Okay, sweetie. Well, we got to take a break. All right.
Thank you so much.
You have blessed evening.
You're welcome, darling. All right, guys. We're going to take a short break at the top of the hour, and we'll be right back, and we'll be talking about some new things at the coffee shop and finishing up taking some calls. Okay.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Well, welcome back to our little special extended part of the show. We'll do this from time to time when we've got the callers and, we don't get through everything all right. We'll extend the show a little bit. So we're going to be on for about another half hour if we need to be. If not, well, we'll wrap it up when we wrap it up. All right. As you guys probably have seen and noticed and saw on our social media, we've expanded. This week you guys are going to have a show every night except Mondays, and that'll be for the rest of July. Monday, and then on August 1st we'll be launching a new show. So that means that you can come to the coffee shop every day, and it's at different times because we just flow that way. We've what was it, 2 years ago we got sponsored by Psychic.biz. Yeah, because when me and Raine started out the Psychic Coffee Shop, we were just a little tiny 30-minute show. We came in, done some readings, talked about some topics, had some fun, and now we've decided to grow that fun a little bit more. We joined the Magic Happen Network. That was August of last year. And now we've added some more hosts to the table.
Absolutely. Now you get the opportunity to talk to other wonderful psychics on psychic.biz too. And, it's so exciting. For example, on Tuesday, we have the Oracle Point of View with Miss Sonia. And we've got Psychic Biz Live on Tuesday evenings. That's right directly after Miss Sonia does her show at 6:30 p.m. And then at 8 p.m., and this is Eastern Standard Time, we have Psychic Biz Live, which who knows who's going to show up there. And then you get to see our lovely, gorgeous, little, beautiful faces as we discuss different topics.
Exactly, and that's actually over on our YouTube channel. The Psychic, that's on, type Aeson Knight into YouTube, and you'll see it. You'll get, it'll bring it up, and it's a live event, and you guys can interact with us in chat. And we do a lot of chat through that. And, we take on different topics, and that's when you're going to get a good spreaded view, because there's normally 3 to 8 of us. And who knows, there may even be more joining in, and you get to, hear from around the globe, because, Psychic Biz is a global network, and we are actually becoming a global channel, because we, Sonia's based out of Canada, and of course, we're here every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. till normally midnight, but sometimes we go a little bit over, and, Amanda Dow sometimes comes and sits with us. Who knows? We might have more co-hosts, but Rainey is always the staple, and we're always here. And then Thursday nights is Conversations with Aeson. That's where you guys become my co-host. And we chat and carry on and talk about who knows whatever's on my mind. And believe me, that can be dangerous.
And then on Friday evenings at 9 p.m., we have Carol with Resmeranda. I never say, I hope am I saying that right? I always know her.
You are saying Resmeranda right, darling.
She just has the most beautiful energy. Oh, my goodness. With her and Miss Sonia, I could just go and sit and have coffee and, talk to them all day long. They are just wonderful. And why don't you tell everybody about
the two new shows we're launching this week?
Right.
Yes, we're being one of our UK psychics, TJ, is joining us, you guys, on Saturday evenings. It's 10 o'clock UK, so I think it's 5 p.m., and he's going to be hosting a really cool psychic show that talks about how everything is connected. It's called The Spindle, and it's going to be a really fun show. The information for that show will be popping up later tonight. And then on Sundays, Divine Angel, who is from Germany but is now based out in Colorado, will be taking in with Angel's Whisperers, and she will be sharing angelic messages, information on angels. You guys told us you love angels, so now you're going to have a show completely wrapped around with angels, and that is going to be at 10 p.m. And that's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, she's going to be here every Sunday for you guys. And, so you get a show every day. And then in August, I'm going to be co-hosting another show with Xana. And Xana really specializes in mental clarity, hands-on healing, spiritual healing, and it's going to be a really cool show. And we're developing it and growing it. She's also a Reiki master, and she's international as also. So, she's going to be in the studio and working well with us. And you can access all this information and keep up to date with all the going on and happenings at psychiccoffeeshop.info, where you can meet our hosts that we've added and, get a little more information on us and keep up with the schedule. And if you miss an episode, not a problem. We even have the past episodes listed there. Also this month, we've also expanded into our podcasting. You can now listen to us on Google Play. Hello, Google Play listeners. Tune in. We have our station on TuneIn. We have been on iTunes for a number of years, so you can take us with you there. And we're on Sketcher Radio. So you can also listen to us on your iPhone, Android phone. No matter the device, you can get your private little table at the Psychic Coffee Shop and take us in the car, on the run. I listened to Oracle's Point of View yesterday on my hike, and it was so cool because, you didn't have to be at the computer or on the phone to listen to us. You can take us anywhere you want. You can grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit on down and relax and enjoy your spiritual cup of joe. So let's get back to the calls, Miss Rainey.
Absolutely. Well, who do we have coming up next?
Oh, next we're going to have 203.
Well, welcome, 203. What's your name and birthday?
Hi, this is Claire. It's November 29th. Do you need the year?
No, I'm fine. Unless you need it, Aeson.
No, I'm good, honey. What's your question, hon?
Well, I don't know. It's a really kind of an unfortunate year, and I did just take a job about maybe 6 weeks ago, and I just don't think it's working out. I'm just unhappy. I don't know where to go. I just wanted to know if you also saw the job not working out and, what you thought.
I feel like it's a holding spot. It's something to pay the bills until this position opens for you. And I feel like you do take another position in about 9 weeks. Okay? And I just feel like the people are delaying the hiring, so that's why, the universe threw you a curveball just to take a job to take care of everything. Okay?
So, yeah, and that's kind of, I don't know, maybe that's what I was also thinking, but the whole country is kind of open to me. Do you see me, where do you see me going for this job?
Southwest. I really feel like you go towards the Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that you'll do really
I'm not really sure how this is related, but I'm also getting the number 5 with respect to that. So I don't know if that's 5 states over or what, but travel is something that's very, very, okay, always be open to travel. It's something that's open to your heart, your very creative energy as well. I get a lot of creativity with you, and you really do like to work with people. What is it that you do?
I'm an engineer, and part of the problem is I think the people I'm with, like now, they're not very good to work with,
Mhm. Okay, they're set in their ways, and that's difficult for you to deal with.
Yeah, and they're not communicative, and they're not willing to work as a team and work with me. I mean, I like to work alone too, but I like to share ideas.
Mhm. So the culture is lacking there. So make sure that when you take this position in 6 weeks, that you make it clear what you're looking for. That you want a communicative team.
You need to have that interaction with people. That's very important to you. It keeps those creative juices open up for you. It helps you to feel connected. Actually helps you in your thought processes, even if you're having to work on something alone, but just to feel like you're a part of the team, okay? Very, very smart, my dear. You're very intelligent.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope it works out.
It will, honey.
Have a wonderful evening, Claire.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now let's go to 813. 813,
Hello?
you're on the air. Hi.
Hello? Hi. Yes. My name is Nicole. My birthday is July 23rd, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is regarding to my husband. We are currently separated right now. We live in 2 different states. There's a lot going on with my husband right now. And I just want to see, what do you see for us? Do you see us getting back together? Do you see us thinking better for him and I? Do you see things getting better for him?
I feel things get better for both of you. Okay? I feel like with the 2 of you, you guys are going through some drastic changes. And the reason you're going through them is so that you can get led into a different position, a different path. But it's kind of like they're having to clear cut everything to get you there. I feel like it's difficult for both of you because of the emotional instability. I feel like it's really testing the bridges of the relationship. So you definitely want to be taking steps to communicate more. You definitely want to be kind of maximizing your time when you do get it. But I feel like he's going to be heading in a completely different career path within 3 months.
Okay. Because right now,
kind of where you're being led to get to.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. As right now, he's Okay, the whole reason why I left because he met somebody, got into the wrong crowd. He met somebody else while we were married. I didn't know he was going, with another girl behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know about this girl until December. And I thought they were just friends because I asked both of them what was going on. They were friends, and I had other people come up to me saying, your husband's dating this girl or whatever. And this girl kind of led him down the wrong path. And then he started hanging out with wrong people. And he started getting involved with drugs and alcohol and everything else. And now he's been in and out of jail and everything. He's currently incarcerated right now. He won't get out till October. And it's just his life has been, since January, his life has been going out of control. When I met him, he was hardworking. He was great when I first met him, but ever since then, it's just like his life has been kind of spiraling down control.
Right,
So,
and it's because he needed to go through this. It's a lesson for him. Okay?
Right.
It's a lesson for you. It's a making point of the relationship. Okay? And I know you said he's going to be in there October. I don't think so. I think he gets out in September.
Okay.
Okay? And that's just where I pick up that he takes on a whole new leaf, a new career path. And I feel like you two are able to fix things, work things out now. It was kind of like he's going bonkers, and the universe said, oh, no, I'm going to put you in a timeout and make you calm down and figure out what you want to do with yourself. Because I don't think that he was really happy in his career. And I feel like he needs to, that's what he needed to change. But he went through this total mental breaking point.
Right. I thought it was because of the people he was hanging with and this girl that he was seeing behind my back. And that's
all echo noise, baby doll. That's all echo noise. Okay? That's all effects of him not being happy and looking to escape responsibility, positioning, financial responsibility, and stress.
And I thought it was partially my fault, too, because there was a lot of fighting. I ain't gonna lie, there was a lot of fighting because he'll come home in the middle of the night, being drunk, and then the drugs and alcohol kind of change his whole personality. And then I would get upset because I'd be calling him, and I wouldn't know where he was, and I would get all worried and upset, and I'd be calling him and texting him, and I'd be like, "Where were you?" And there'd just be this big fight. And he'll just come in the house, and automatically he'll just be upset, and I wouldn't even know what's going on.
Right, but that had nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
right.
Not your fault.
Not your fault. It wasn't you that was unhappy. It wasn't you that was torturing yourself. It wasn't you going, I ain't as good as my father was. I don't take care of her this way. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough to do that.
Right.
Okay? That was him.
Yeah. Right.
Okay? It's kind of like when you're looking at, let's say, pneumonia. Your chest gets all swelled up, you cough, you sneeze, you have a fever, you got achy. The coughing isn't the reason that you're sick. It's the pneumonia that's in the lungs, and the fever isn't because, you didn't, drink enough water. It's because you got pneumonia. Everything else is, all just sad pieces of it.
Right.
Okay, cause versus effect.
Right, and then he was saying the reason why we broke up is because he was tired of the fighting, and I begged and pleaded. I said, please, I don't want to leave. He's like, I'm done. I don't want to be with you. I begged to stay with him. He's like, he loved you. He said, I love this other girl. I want to be with her.
Right,
and that really
that's
tore
because
me
he
up.
felt he was sinking.
Right.
He also wasn't willing at that point in time to take responsibility for himself, his own unhappiness, and his behavior as a result of that unhappiness.
Yeah.
He needed to take responsibility. Now he's being forced to take responsibility.
Is he still in love with me? I mean, does he think about me? Because we haven't spoken.
Yeah,
to
he's
each
still
other.
in love with you. He just thought he was a sinking ship, and was trying to throw you off it.
Right, because like he hasn't called me or anything, well, obviously because he's in jail and everything like that. But he's called my friend, which that's another issue I have too. I have a friend. She went to my husband's court date just recently. She lives in Florida. I live in Indiana right now.
She's trying to be a supportive one.
Right, and I have a friend, like I said, she went to his court date, and she texted me what happened and everything, and me and her got in this big fight because I told her she's overstepping her boundaries because she's talking about having my husband move in after he gets out, and she wants to go see him in jail and have him call her. And I'm like, wait a minute, you have a husband. Why are you worrying about my husband? I don't understand this.
Because she's trying to take care of it for you. Okay? Here's an example back to the 50s. When, say, back to the 50s, you had to go out of town, your neighbors would go and cook for your husband and bring the food over because you're not there. So that's what she's trying to do, is that mentality of, well, let me prop him up because she isn't here. Let me kind of fill this in. Let me go to the court date and see what goes on. Let me, if he needs someplace to live, let me help him out and support him to get him straight. She's a fixer, honey. She's trying to fix things. Okay. She isn't overstepping her boundaries, but you need to say, look, he's got to learn his lesson. He needs to stand on his own. Me and him need to work these things out.
That's what I tried to tell her. I said, me and him need to work this out because I need for him to come up here to Indiana. I cannot come to Florida because I got a life up here in Indiana now. I got I got a job interview on July 5th, and I'm hoping to get it.
You do.
Huh?
You do.
I do. I got it.
Right, but here's the thing. He's not going to be able to come to Indiana immediately out of there. Okay?
Right.
They're not going to let him go that quickly. So she's trying to come up with ways to patch it over until he can come to Indiana.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So, I don't know. I want to work out my marriage. I mean, do you see us getting back together, or?
Very much so, honey. This isn't a destruction. This is a breakdown and fix.
Okay.
Not a destruction, a reconstruction.
Right.
Okay.
You're just rehabbing it.
As far as my job interview, do you see me getting the job?
Yes.
Okay. All right, because like I said, I had the call today about, about the interview. I put to get in July 5th, so.
Yeah, you'll be fine with it, honey.
All righty. And it's just a little concerning. I've been having problems since New Year's. Me and him had this big blow-up on New Year's that I ended up spending New Year's all by myself.
Right.
And he stopped coming home completely. And then and then we had the whole back and forth thing in February. He wanted to go with this other girl, and then he'll be with me for 3 days, and then he'll go back with her. And in the end of February, I said, you know what, I had enough. I'm leaving you. And then I stayed in Florida for about 2 months, and then I ended up moving to Maryland for about a month, and then I moved to Indiana. So it's been a really hard year on me. A lot of moving, a lot of life changes.
Right, but you needed them.
Yeah.
Okay. You needed to get to where you could be happy, to be in an energy that's supportive of you, that's supportive of the relationship, because it wasn't there.
Right. So when do you see my husband moving to Indiana? Do you know a time frame?
I would go into like November.
November.
He gets out in September, but he has to behave for 2 months before they'll let him go.
Okay. And what's the reason being? Do you know?
What, that he has to stay there?
Yeah.
He's on unsupervised visitation.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yep. All right. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, darling. You have a great evening.
You too. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye. Wow. This evening has flown by, even with the extension, Miss Raine.
Yeah, I know.
So, what are you doing this week?
Oh, wow. Took me for a moment. I was over here in Ozone Land, with respect to our last guest. Basically, I am just working on continuing to build my clientele over there at psychic.biz. And I don't really have any activity per se going on this week. That really doesn't start until next week. So I'm just sort of laying low right now. Although I do have a picnic to go to on Saturday. So I'm not really doing anything spiritual right now. Just
when readings are super spiritual, honey. So when can the clients normally reach you at psychic.biz?
I'm actually on there most of the time during the day right now. I do take some evening calls, but for right now, I've been on there during the day. Usually that is around 11 or 12 Mountain Standard Time on into the early part of the evening.
And I will be back with you guys tomorrow night as my co-host for Conversations with Aeson. And we're going to be talking about redesigning your financial picture. There's a lot of talk about money, and there's a lot of talk about manifestation of money and handling money. So we're going to be talking about money tomorrow night. So come with your checkbooks and your date books and your calculators, and we're going to have some real fun with that. And we're looking for you guys' input. And I'm on psychic.biz on night shift, meaning that I normally sign in about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm on there till about 6, 7 in the morning. There was a recent energy shift, and I decided to go back to my night shift ways because it's much more comfortable and I can get more things done for you. So, until next week, when you come and join us at the Psychic Coffee Shop, join our other shows and check them out. They're a bunch of really great top psychics. We only take the best to bring the best to you. So until then, good night all. Good night, Miss Raine.
Good night all. Good night, Mr. Aeson.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.